You guys, we have a really special show for you today. I'm checking something off my bucket list. I'm standing on top of Mount Washington and I'm spending the night at the Mount Washington Observatory. This is one of the most important weather stations in the United States, and I get to get up close and personal with the crew, the meteorologists, everyone who works behind the scenes here. I'm so excited. First though, we have things to do. I head up to Berlin City Auto Group to meet up with Chad and swap out my Season 4 car. I've loved my Nissan Pathfinder, but Chad has a surprise car for me, and as always, it's pretty awesome. We take the car for a spin, and I also need to fuel up for the day ahead, so Chad takes me to one of his favorite local spots to grab a bite. He then takes me to one of his favorite local general stores so I can get some provisions for tonight's overnight. Definitely excited about their homemade fudge. Then we begin our journey up the mountain on the world's first mountain climbing cog railway. We've been here before, but our experience was in winter, and now we get to ride up the whole way with our final stop, the top of Mount Washington. And then I begin my education and adventure at 6,288 feet above sea level, the tallest peak in the Northeast. It's operated by 2 alternating crews who live on the summit for a week at a time. Checking in with the higher summits forecast before you explore the White Mountains is an absolute must, and you'll soon learn why. So as you can see, another packed show, lots of people to meet, places to go. Busy day, let's get going. All right, well, the rain has stopped, and I'm up here in Gorham with Chad at Berlin City Auto Group. I love coming up here because I get to see you, but I get a new car.
And we're going electric this time.
We're going electric, you guys. I'm getting the Mustang Mach-E electric vehicle. Chad, this thing is sweet.
It is. 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. So,
Stop.
Yeah, this thing rips. So it gets almost 300 miles to a full charge. Right now it's at 97%.
Nice.
And
there's so many charging stations around New Hampshire. I mean, there's certain areas obviously where there aren't, but do you feel like it's enough of a movement, or where there's enough?
Well, there is, and believe it or not, hard to believe, in Gorham, New Hampshire, we actually have 2 level 3 fast chargers right at both dealerships. So yeah, I think the infrastructure is starting to build up throughout the states. A lot of dealers are required to have the level 3 fast chargers, and certainly down your way where you live, you'll have plenty of them down there.
Down in the city.
Down in the city.
Down in the city. Well, I didn't know what Chad was going to give me as a Season 4 car. So this is a really nice surprise.
Yeah.
I'm very excited, and I think we should go punch the power and
I totally
test
agree.
drive it
You
out.
driving or my driving?
I'm driving.
Absolutely.
So let's go check out this place for lunch.
Yeah.
And so
really popular
I can
place.
fuel up with food because I don't need to fuel up with the car.
Is that pun intended?
It is pun
yes,
intended.
it is. Yeah.
So yeah, let's pull in here and go grab a bite.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and we are here at Jay's Corner Restaurant and Lounge in Gorham, New Hampshire. I have been here for about 9 years. I have been bartending, serving, and helping out, hosting and everything else. We offer a lot of lunch options, salads, sandwiches. We have an awesome Southwest steak salad, and of course, Chad's favorite, the crispy chicken salad.
So why is this your favorite?
Wow. First of all, the fresh vegetables, the cheese, and the chicken is amazing.
They look like little yummy, like chicken nuggets of yumminess.
They are. That's the kid in me.
That's the kid in me. It's the only time you feel okay eating chicken nuggets.
Exactly.
On a salad and an adult plate.
I've had the grilled too, though. You're gonna love the grilled.
I love grilled chicken.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you guys do around here other than just eat at restaurants?
Right. Well, we do like to eat. Really, a couple things. One, we support the local education. We've company-wide, we've been over $1 million local.
I know.
So that's been a big thing.
The Drive for Education.
Drive for
that's what
Education,
it's called, right?
which is now the Keep Driving Foundation. We actually have our own foundation, Keep Driving Foundation. So
communities and small organizations need support. Like they need just the money to keep things going, the kids to have games.
Yep.
So you guys are kind of really involved with that.
We do. We really are proud to be part of the community, not just here, but locally. 30 to 40 to 50 mile radius. We help all those towns as well too. As far north as, say, Colebrook, Pittsburgh. Yeah. Conway area. Lancaster. Littleton area. So we do quite a bit in those areas. You know, Jaeger has allowed us to continue doing what we do.
Exactly.
And you know, it's really nice to be part of that. When people walk in the dealership, we know them by name.
Yeah, and speaking of Jaeger, I get to see him a little bit soon at the top of Mount Washington, so.
That's gonna be fun.
I know, so after this, we'll pick up some things at the general store.
Love it.
But I'm glad that I finally got a chance to come in here because I really have driven by so many times. So I definitely think checking out their Instagram and their social media and their website so you can get a sense of the type of food that they have. But as always, you know, this is an area that is in between a lot of different places to adventure.
Yep.
So stop here like we did, get some food, fuel up, and get going.
Absolutely.
And let's eat our amazing salad.
Yep. Can't wait.
Because it looks very, very good. That was a good lunch.
Oh, it was amazing.
I
Best
needed
spot
it.
in town.
Best spot in town. I needed it, and now Chad's bringing me here, Scoggins General Store, because I gotta like load up on provisions for tonight. I don't know at the observatory if people are gonna snore. Do you think they have earplugs?
They probably do. Yeah.
And get some fudge.
Yeah.
So you come here a lot.
Yeah.
You know it well.
Yeah.
You know the guys, the owners.
I do. They actually buy vehicles from Berlin City too.
You know,
Local town.
I love this.
Yep.
It's a really nice little community.
It is.
And by the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but everybody in New Hampshire knows Chad. Not just in Gorham, but everywhere.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on in.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Erica Groen here in Gorham, New Hampshire at Scoggins General Store. We have a little bit of everything. We have the candy counter, we have t-shirts. People are always surprised when they walk in because it is much bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
All right, I think I have everything I need to stay over the Mount Washington Observatory. I've got my stuffies, because I might get scared, right? I might get scared. I got my meat sticks, my hot chocolate, my umbrella, because who knows, it might rain. So I think that's it. And then I'm gonna need some fudge.
I can help you with that. Okay. The fudge has been a huge asset in our store. It brings a lot of people in. We have many varieties, including watermelon. We change out the flavors during the season, so sometimes we carry some really funky flavors. We have jalapeno fudge, but chocolate peanut butter is definitely the all-time favorite. You know, some people come to the store thinking that it's a quick stop, and then they discover, oh, look over here, look at this little room, there's the candle room, there's the Christmas room. I didn't expect to find ornaments in July. I personally love ornaments when I travel. I love to get an ornament everywhere I go because it's a memory tree at Christmas time that you don't have to have up year round. We have greeting cards. We have the New England bells. The New England bells have a wonderful sound. They're made obviously in New Hampshire, so that is an asset. We have many things to offer that surprise people, and they think it's a 5-minute stop when they end up staying an hour instead.
Scoggins General Store. I've been to Gorham so many times. I had never come in here, and I was all over the place in a good way because there was, well, I got stuff for tonight, but then I also got some other things and just magnets and stickers and socks and t-shirts and candy and fudge. So if you're coming through and you're adventuring up here in the Whites, you're in Gorham, or make it something on your list because you'll have a lot of fun in here. You'll walk in thinking you're just gonna pop your head in and you could spend an hour in here.
Easily an hour.
Yeah, and they're super nice. The owners are amazing. So Scoggins General Store, Gorham, New Hampshire. I'm gonna drop this guy off. We're not gonna speed, but we're gonna go back, drop you off
Electrically.
with the speedy electrically.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna head up to Mount Washington.
I'm Brad Page, President and CEO of Kennebunk Savings. Welcome to our bank.
We embody our values, trust, integrity, proactive, and empathy, demonstrating it day in and day out for the benefit of our customers, communities, and importantly, our employees. For us, it's more than just the big check moments. Although those are great too, we give over $1 million away each year to our communities. If this is a culture you would thrive in, think about a career with us. Check us out on social media or on our website, where you can really get a sense of who we are and what we do.
A promise? a purpose, and people who believe in both. That's Kennybunk Savings.
Hi, my name is Bob Hayden. I'm the Director of Operations with Hannaford Supermarkets. Hannaford has been a part of the community since 1883, and our commitment to people, quality, values still lead us today. Whether you're looking for a part-time job or a long-term career, working at Hannaford is being a part of something much greater than groceries. Together, we're not just feeding families, we're strengthening communities. Visit our link below to learn about job opportunities and joining our team.
My name is Andrew Villain. I'm the train master here at the Mount Washington Cog Railway. We've embraced our summer operations here. We're running daily to the summit of Mount Washington. Right here we have a nice busy day with 4 trains lined up behind me here, including our steam locomotive. Our biodiesel trains are running triples today. That means 3 trains each hour, and we're fully loaded today. On a busy summer day, we have upwards of 1,000, sometimes 1,500 people in a day. The train ride is a 3-hour experience. Your first hour is travel to the summit on the train. Then you have an hour to spend at the summit of Mount Washington. The state park is up there and you can enjoy the views on a day like today, or go inside the buildings, including the Tip Top House. The experience coming down is about an hour as well for that 3-hour round trip. People come from all over the world to visit with us. Some people are repeat riders and some people are experiencing it for the first time, sometimes as a bucket list item. This experience is very unique. There are only a handful of cog railways in the world and only 2 in the United States, this one being the first of all of them. So the cog railway made its first trip to the summit on July the 3rd of 1869, and we've been running more or less continuously ever since then. The term cog railway applies to how we actually get up the mountain. We use a cog and rack system. The cogs are beneath the train and they're driven, and they fit into the rack kind of like a bicycle chain would do in a sprocket. And those cogs travel over the rack to propel the train forward and up, rather than friction driving off the outside rails using the wheel sets like a regular mainline railway would do. It was founded for tourism, and that's exactly what we're doing today. So the same purpose that this railway was put in place for here on the western side of Mount Washington is what we're still fulfilling here in the modern era. Definitely be sure to visit the museum inside on the main floor of the Marshfield Station building. It'll detail the timeline of our railway from inception to the modern era, dieselization, and also how steam works. We do have a cab and boiler cross-section of one of our older steam locomotives in there. So it's definitely a good way to get a look at the entirety of the cog's transformation from the 1800s all the way to present.
I sure am glad that you came and joined us today. Because if it wasn't for fantastic people like you coming out and joining us on this grand adventure, I wouldn't have such an awesome job. So thanks again, and I hope you enjoy your time on the summit.
Come ride the world's first mountain climbing cog railway to the top of Mount Washington, the highest peak in New England, here in New Hampshire. Tickets and more are at thecog.com.
All right, we made it up the mountain, and I'm so excited because I get to stay here. It's loud, the trains are going, but we made it.
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. And I raise my hands to the sky, what a feeling, time to feel it. This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins.
I think music saves kids. I think it can be the reason that they come to school that day is because they have music or because they have their ukulele class or piano class that day.
My name is Ray Gilmore. I play the drums. It gives me a place where I can just let my feelings out, and it's also helped me with reading and writing, which I really struggle with.
My name is Sarah Lewis, and I'm one of 2 music teachers here at Josiah Bartlett Elementary School in Bartlett, New Hampshire. My passion is doing modern band stuff, so like rock band stuff. Most of the instruments that we had here were more concert band instruments. I wanted to build up the modern band program here and get a bunch more electric instruments. I was trying to brainstorm some different grant funders that we could apply with, and Berlin City was one that was mentioned with my colleagues and figured out how to apply.
We're so thankful to give back to Josiah Bartlett Elementary School. To learn more or to apply for funding, go to berlincity.com.
I'm Charlie Butterbaugh. I'm the Director of External Affairs here at Mount Washington Observatory. We are on the instrument tower here at the observatory right now at Mount Washington State Park, which is in the Sherman Adams building on the summit of Mount Washington, which has an elevation of 6,288 feet. The Cog Railway is an amazing way for people to experience the White Mountains, getting to the higher elevation, getting above tree line, and really just, being able to take in this awe-inspiring place. And we've recently started working with the Cog Railway, as well as some generous funders who are helping us to bring students from around New Hampshire up to the summit on field trips. We have 3 observers up here. 2 of those are day observers, and then we have a night observer as well. So our observers going out every hour, every day to look and measure the weather, figure out what the temperature is, look at the moisture, understand the cloud activity, and communicating that to aviation communities as well as hikers, so they've got kind of a current picture of what's happening on the summit of Mount Washington as well as the surrounding higher summits as well.
Every hour we do weather observations, so that's us going outside no matter what the weather conditions are. Rain or shine, however high the winds, we're going outside. The only time we don't go outside is when there's lightning. So what we're doing is we're using a sling psychrometer, and what that does is it measures the wet bulb temperature and the dry bulb temperature, and the difference between those temperatures gives us our relative humidity and our dew point. And then after we do that, we're also looking at things like sky conditions. So that's looking at all of the different clouds in the skies, identifying what types of clouds they are and how high up in the atmosphere they are.
And then what do you do with that information?
So we come back in here and we input all of that into our database. So we have a climate record that extends back 90 years. All of that data with the National Weather Service gets inputted into weather models, and those go to help us improve those forecasting models. So hopefully, as we input more data, those models will get more accurate for weather forecasts.
Yeah, I mean, again, and I can't emphasize it enough, when you're at the bottom of this mountain, it could be 85 and gorgeous, and you're looking up at the top and you're like, oh, it looks perfectly fine. But it's so important to stay alert and aware of what's going on or what's coming, right?
Yes, exactly.
Because the weather turns really quickly.
Yes, exactly. And I have a poster in our Hall of Fame of winds that I can show you, showcasing that exactly of these extreme changes that we can face on Mount Washington on a given day or as you ascend the mountain.
Right. Yep. Well, this has been really informative, and I find it really fascinating, and I think a lot of other people will too. So
awesome.
It's pretty great that you're up here doing this.
Thanks. I think so too. I love working up here. It's the most unique job of meteorology you can get.
Yes, I can see why.
Education is really a core part of what the observatory does. We have our monthly Science in the Mountains program, which is virtual. And then we've got our education team is going into schools, working with students in person. And then we also do a lot of distance learning from the summit. And then we have our edu-trips. And those are in the winter right now, where really anybody can register and come up and stay with us for a night and really learn about our work. And those are all lined around specific programs like, mountain weather or climate science or even backcountry hiking.
Hello, my name is Maya, and I'm the summer intern for Mount Washington Observatory. Every morning I get up and do an AMC HUT call, which essentially is just informing the public about our nighttimes observer forecast that usually comes out around 5 a.m. So I get up and then do a radio call, and it's about 20 minutes. A couple of other things that I do here are research. I'm practicing my forecasting skills, and yeah. I found out about the internship from my advisor at Howard University. I'm headed to their PhD program in the fall, and my advisor wanted me to be busy this summer, so he sent the observatory, and I signed up. I love the group that I'm here with, Stephanie, Alex, and Alexis. We've definitely grown together, so the conversations are more natural. they've definitely played a great role in making me feel a lot more comfortable coming here and feeling like, oh, okay, this is a second home now for the summer. So I've definitely gotten better sleeping at night and feeling comfortable.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Clark's Bears, the home of Clark's trained bears.
You know what I like best is when the families come and they will tell me their stories.
Are you ready for the bear show?
They'll say, I came when I was a child and now I'm bringing my grandchildren.
Now, without further hesitation, here comes our first performer.
And they remember the names of the bears that they saw decades ago.
Here she is, 18 years of age.
Clark's Trading Post is a family-owned theme park. We have bear shows, train rides.
You're back for more? You heed my warning.
We have museums and other rides.
I like to see people having fun, and we're at a park where families come and they have fun. It's unique that we have something for everybody. Here, every age group enjoys something in their day.
Clark's has been open for 93 years, and we'd like to have it open another 93. I like to think my grandparents are looking down. I think that they're very proud that they have created this little business that has grown into this attraction where all of family members can work and create memories for families who come and visit here.
You
All right.
made it!
Yes!
You made it!
Oh,
Hi! Look at this!
Yeah, this is amazing. This is like our part two. Are we
I know.
reunited?
We've been here. No, we're gonna geek out on all sorts of weather stuff tonight.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We're gonna sleep in bunks, and we're gonna talk all about weather.
No, it's gonna be awesome.
It's
yeah,
gonna be
it's my
fun.
turn to learn.
It's your turn to learn.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah,
here all day.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, get your stuff.
My name is Jay Broccolo. I am the Director of Weather Operations here at the Mount Washington Observatory. Here in the weather room, this is where we see all the instrument feeds. So we get our temperature, our pressure, our wind. And then here we use all that data to put into our METAR observations, which get submitted to the National Weather Service. Unfortunately, I was not up here for the record 231 wind. But reading the accounts of all the past observers, it sounds pretty harrowing, to be honest. Just having experienced the winds up here and not even really coming close to that 231 miles per hour. You know, you see the cool 5 minutes of us out in the winds or so forth, but then there's the 10 minutes of getting dressed to go out there, and then the 10 minutes of undressing and making sure your clothes are not frozen or wet before you go outside. Dealing with the wind and just the cold takes a physical toll on your body. So it's good to know that there's people out there that actually care about what we do. And that really helps us, you know, push into those longer periods or you know, get content out for people during those times, because we know people like it.
Our volunteers are really important to us. They come and they stay for a week on the summit with us with our weather observers. So they come up on Wednesday and they leave the following Wednesday. And they of course do lots of amazing cooking for us, but it's also just, you know, really kind of like a family environment. They really support our observers. Conversation, there's a family style dinner every night. They know how to cook here because cooking at 6288 in elevation is a little different than down in the valley. And many of them have their own special recipes too that our observers look forward to. It's pretty cool.
All right, here's your lodging.
Oh, wow, cool. Is this where we're
It's like,
staying?
I love it. It's like we're in college. It's fun.
I love it.
It's gonna be really
so,
fun. Yeah.
I'm gonna take this one right here. Calling my name.
It's very cozy.
Yeah, I like it.
We've been here for over 90 years, measuring weather consistently with, and oftentimes like the same instruments and just really consistent data practices. And so the only way that we can really understand climate and how it's evolving is through long-term consistent data. So our 90-year data set is really valuable to researchers looking at climate and understanding how it could be evolving, and also how the mountains influence weather as well, and just understanding that dynamic between topography and our atmosphere.
Wow, what an amazing evening. It's time to shut it down.
It's time to shut it down. Well, everybody else has gone to bed, except for Jay, who's got the overnight shift.
Yeah, he's gonna wake us up at 3:30.
Yes.
If we want to go see a sunrise.
All right. See you at 3 a.m.
We'll see you guys at 3:30.
See you at 3 a.m. So we got up on the bright to come out and see the sunrise. You got your camera?
It does not look good.
It does not look good, but that brings me to the point that it's not always torrential storms or sunshine. This is the reality of living and working up here, right?
Yeah, 65% of the time it's covered like this.
Yes. And Jaeger and I had a chance to meet with the crew and the researchers, and I found it, really interesting that we think it's just this great high action job. They're doing real work. They are fighting the real elements, getting their research coming out here every hour on the hour, all year round.
I think it was fun to get to know on such a personal level to find there's passion for weather as and yeah, it was a truly amazing experience.
It was. Definitely, check them out. Look at the higher summits if you're coming up here and check out the weather. It's really, really fascinating. You can also follow the itinerary that we had yesterday. We were down in Gorham. Either way, definitely worth researching Mount Washington Observatory, getting to know who they are, what they do. We had a great time, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
I'm glad I'm not in charge of batteries. Or anything for that I just show up. Do I have an audience? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, shut up. Okay. Okay. We get. Okay. When you look up and laugh, I can't continue. Did I do something wrong, or was it somebody else?